going to be delivered by Mr. Anand Misra, General Manager, Quality and Launch, Ford Motor Company. Let's welcome him with a round of applause, everyone.
Good morning, you all. Really, it has been a pleasure to come here and join all of you and really hear what basically Mr. Hota told about. I think it is one of the finest examples where they have taken the challenge and they have gone away from the protection or conservation stage to basically an innovative stage, the way we heard. So really, congratulations, Mr. Hota, for all this accomplishment PM has done under your leadership. Now we will talk about today. I'll take you in the next 15 to 20 minutes talk about what disruptions we have as a part of manufacturing and what can be way forward. Before I proceed further, as our founder has told, coming together is a beginning, keeping together is a progress, and working together is success. And today's forum is one of the finest examples here we have, where Mr. Niranjan and his team has put best of efforts to bring all of us together, have the time together, talk together, get learning from each other. So big hand of applause to Mr. Niranjan. I come from Ford Motor Company and we are a global player and we are catering to the diverse number of Indian customers. I'll talk about quickly about where we land at this point of time in terms of industrial transformation. It's very simple. We all know that we have made progress with the time from first generation of revolution to the fourth generation of revolution where we are mostly talking about cyber physical systems. You can see more illustrative way when we started first industrial relations, we had introduced the simple machines, and finally we are talking about intelligent manufacturing. We all are talking about the change and disruptions. So I'll ask you, who wants to talk about disruptions? Please raise your hands. Everybody? I think all of us want to basically talk about disruption and change. Why? See, there is a difference in change and disruptions. Change is a self-soothing. You know that so long as a mankind, we always work to make the things improving day by day better. And when we take that step to make the things improvement, make the small step of improvements that help us to have a better life, we deal with a change. But what is the difference on disruptions? Disruption is one thing where the change is driving us. Let me give you a very simple example. All of us love to walk in the morning with our own pace. And it's enjoying. We all can be doing for our sake of basically either our health habits or maybe any other purpose, but it's really enjoying. But assume that when we are walking, and that walking is basically self-induced and self-satisfying. But assume that when we are walking, we got a challenge that some fierce animal is chasing us. What will happen? We are not basically walking by our own. Somebody else is driving us. And here's a simple difference. That change, when that change becomes fierce and that speed of change becomes basically beyond our expectations, then we talk about disruptions. And today that is the situation. We can keep continuing to work our own way, but the question becomes, can we sustain and can we exist? Can our business model can work? And if not, then we have to basically make the innovation. So that is it. And you can see the few of the business models today. Example is Uber, Facebook, Airbnb, and Alibaba, where they have done something totally different, which is basically away from the current pattern of doing business. Uber don't own any car, no assets. Facebook don't generate any media content, but largest basically provider of media. Airbnb, no ownership of any property, but still do the business. Similarly, Alibaba don't make anything but. So what is making? They have come with a new set of business operating model, and that they are successful. So they are basically challenging others who have been successfully doing their business in conventional way so long. We can see here these are the basically the kind of where disruptive elements we are getting in terms of micro trends in customer. I'll basically take a pause here. Today customer preferences are changing. You can see, we talk about long back customers, basically we are living in a global village where basically manufacturing at one place, we have to cater the global basically demands of global customers. Now that is basically at least basically made a big difference now in terms of where we are talking today, the personalization of the products, customization of the products, where instead of making for basically a big mass, we are going to basically satisfy the individual needs of specific customers. Geopolitical shifts has made us another challenge where we are telling that borders are open, but same time there are other restrictions are coming that are posing a threat to continue operation of the current business. Technology has made a leap jump now, and that is basically another big driving factor for these disruptions in terms of our digital business strategy, AI, Internet of Things, and in terms of automotive technology, electrification is another big basically transformational change which has come now. So all these things are basically a big driver. And last, when these changes are happening, our organizations are capable to basically deal with changes, then we have definitely a challenge of having the capable and competent people and leadership. That is another big, basically, at this point of challenge comes in terms of these disruptions. So we say that VUCA world, where we have a very volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous world, which is basically driving all these changes. And in this change, in these disruptive changes, we have to still sustain our business. Why we are talking, I asked in the beginning, why we are talking these disruptions? Because these disruptions basically are attacking our fundamental foundation and the thought process what we have used so long for the business plans. And that's why it is basically a kind of paradigm shift, and it's basically hitting the core of the business fundamentals what so long people have been using. Challenges the strategic choices what we have made so long to do that business in traditional way. It's also threats to the organization with respect to where the organization is playing, what segment basically they are successful. And finally, it also affects all the basically performance factors of the business. So that's why we are all talking about the disruptions. Now let me talk about very specific about manufacturing. These are the overall basically bigger picture of, we can say disruptions, but manufacturing, when we produce a product and we deliver to the customer, what comes out to the, in terms of at the shop floor? The first thing comes out basically our demands. The product which you are making, it now taken the shape of customized demand. Means our manufacturing should be basically able to deliver the high degree of customization and personalization. What customer want, we have to deliver. And now, customer is a part of, you can say, some kind of product creation. You have seen that the companies collect the input and they ask the customer what you want. Now today, customer can order sitting on basically on a chair in his house what product he want, and tailor-made product should be basically delivered from the organization. So that is much more requires a kind of smart and connected manufacturing. Connect with the customer needs and delivered accordingly. Then shifting product strategy. Today, it's not a one variant which can basically suffice the purpose. It should be delivered what the variant and what we want at the required time. Basically, manufacturing has to be flexible. It should be able to support the customer demand right in time. Otherwise, today customer has a choice to go to other basically supplier. So this is manufacturing is much more demanded in current terms to be flexible. We know flexible manufacturing long years ago when we are talking about lean manufacturing. But this flexible manufacturing is different. Same line, same time, what variant we want, we have to be able to basically produce. Economics of production, of course, with the consistent transformation in product and manufacturing technology has given a big challenge to maintain the economics, and that everybody is striving for that. And with the open market, this brings another challenge, how to be competitive, how to be able to deliver the product at the cost which customer want. And then economics of value chain. This is another shift has happened with the digital manufacturing revolutions. The entire value chain has changed. starting from supply chain management, which basically you know that we are today in a global village. So the companies are getting the parts and raw materials from one corner of the world to another. And in that, all intermediates have gone now. Even talk about the customer today. Customer can order directly to the basically manufacturer. So all these intermediates has gone. And today if you see in India, retail industry is one of the biggest challenge. You can see many of the retail industry partners, they are not able to succeed because customers today directly ordering to the manufacturer and getting the product. So these all possible because of digital age of the technology. So this has made another challenge to all of us in this current scenario, how to survive. And last one is very important. We say that we have abundant people available, but there is definitely a lack of the right people, competent people, the people who can work in current challenging environment, those have a right skill set. So this is again posing a great challenge for manufacturing organizations. So if you see how those disruptions are basically posing the specific challenge to manufacturing, these are. So long we have talked about disruptions. So is disruption is always negative? Is disruption bringing a doomsday? Is disruptions basically in these situations we cannot do our business? I think there are two answers are there. Yes and no. Yes, if you don't react, if you don't change ourselves, if you don't make ready ourselves. But there is a big no is also there. Because these disruptions are basically when we do the thoughtful way, we manage, then bringing a potential from improving market share, because when we know that this current product cannot basically sustain in the market, we go and innovate. Maybe that will be forceful innovation. That will be even maybe because of the pressure from the competition, we come back with a better product. We can go for improving market share. We can enhance the brand impression. We can have an entire new product segment. We can get the competitive advantage with a new innovative way of doing business. And also, we can keep market traction. But all this can only happen when we work with the mindset of innovation. And new things are evolved and we are able to deliver what customer wants. That's the big difference. And today many organizations you can see, they are doing it. They are facing the disruptions much more in a successful way, and they are more successful than what they have been in the past. We have talked about new technologies creating a threat, but new technology is not only creating a threat, it is giving an opportunity to operate efficiently, operate in an effective way. Some of the examples are listed here, like robot-assisted productions, which definitely helps you to manage the kind of labor efficiency and basically speed of operations, and also where you cannot employ the labor, those processes. Smart facility management, all equipment management today is much more easier and smarter. Sitting at your computer desk, you can see that what is happening, how it is functioning. You can declare the predictive maintenance, you can do, and you can basically keep the uptime much better than what you used to have it. So the technology is basically becoming an enabler for us. Similarly, we can use the big data, and which can be used for basically our product quality monitoring, and we can have a customer experience sharing, and we can basically improve our product accordingly. So these are technologies are definitely helping us, and that I'm not touching the subject because that is especially big subject for manufacturing 4.0. But the meaning is that this manufacturing 4.0 can take us to the levels where we never expected. But only the technology can deliver the results. And some certain examples we can see that we can have these kind of Bluetooth devices which can help us make it easier and communicate with the equipments and processes. We can have error-proofing kind of things which controls our processes. Robots we already talked about. Now it's a collaborative robots where human and robots can work together. There's another basically you can say approach. And similarly, a lot of wearable devices are there which can make the work easier and effective, efficient. 3D printing and other things, technology we all know. So basically, smart factory we talked about. I think we all of us are coming from manufacturing field, so we all will be knowing about manufacturing 4.0. The few points which I want to basically here talk about that Manufacturing 4.0 is not only the basically enhancing the facilities, connecting in a digital way. It's not only that limited. Many times organizations do the mistake. They say that I have improved my facilities, I have connected digitally, I have been having all these applications, but are they successful? Sometimes they are not. So we have to see that it is the topic for whole organization. It's not only IT department who is having all controls and doing this basically digital manufacturing. Until unless we take these digital manufacturing, each and everybody who is a user of those application and tools, we will not be able to successful. And many times it's not just like an investment. It's like it should be a commitment from everybody, including top to bottom all. It's not that we have just invested one kind of applications and we leave it alone. Then we cannot get the benefit of what we can say, the digital manufacturing. And again, I'm emphasizing on the end of the day, results are delivered to people. We have a best of best machinery, tools, applications, but end of the day, if capable people are not there, we will not get the desired results. The people are very important, and training them, making them to deliver the results is equal. Similarly, it's a transformational approach. It's not a one-time activity. It's a journey. We have to continuously evolve it, because today what we have done it may not be successful tomorrow. Tomorrow somebody has come with a better business model. Even today, large organizations are getting a challenge from startups, because startups comes with a much more smarter way of doing business in a much more effective way. And that becomes a big threat to the big organizations. So today, it's basically a continuous journey. It's not a one-time activity which we stop it at like a project work. So I will talk about some moments about the innovation culture and capabilities. Now, when we talk about the change, when we ask in a room who want to change, I think all of us will raise the hand. But next question becomes very difficult. Who want to change? I think you will be experienced. You will be basically all of you experiencing your basic arenas. Everybody is interested to make the change. But who will take the first battle and make the progress? That is the challenge. That is a real challenge. And that cannot be resolved by basically sitting in a room. It has to be led down to the floor. It has to be demonstrated by the right culture, demonstrated by the right behavior, starting from top to bottom. Then only this culture, this change can be successful. So very important, if we have to succeed in this current world of disruption and utilize the best of technology in digital age, we have to first develop the capabilities. Capability of the organization is as equal to the capability of the people. And if we have the capable people who knows how this digital manufacturing applications to be used for the desired results, I think that is the capability of organization. Second is the mindset. We can provide everybody training, we can provide the tools, but until the mindset is not there and behaviors are not there, this may be short-lived. The whole journey of what we say that innovation or dealing with the disruptions will be short-lived. We again come to the stop where we cannot make the continuous improvement and progress. And finally, the innovation culture. Many times, because of fear of failure, we restrict ourselves. We all are leaders. In our organizations, somebody or some junior person comes with some thought and he expresses something different way of doing business. I think our first question comes, why do you want to change? Will it be successful? Will it work? And then and there we kill it. But if you see that today, many business models which are working today, which are seen as a threat or disruptions, if those would have been stopped at the beginning, do you think that those will be coming today to success? No. So as a leaders, I think it's very important for all of us to add a certain degree of, we have to basically have the acceptance of destiny. Of course, we as a business leader take the right risk, but certain degree and encourage the culture of innovation. So that's why people can try, maybe not be successful one time, but certain degree of failure, and then success. And that culture should be evolved. That open culture to be evolved. I think that can help to people to come across with the kind of, you can say, ideas or innovations or business improvements or process improvements, and those definitely can help us to come to the kind of results which we expect and deal with current set of challenges. So again, coming to the basically kind of final point, we have talked about disruptions. Do we think disruption is a kind of devil we cannot sustain? I think here I would say no, it's not that way. Only thing, we have to prepare ourselves in a better way to deal with disruptions. We have to prepare ourselves to basically see that what are better way of doing business are there. We have to prepare ourselves in a way where we can do better than the competition. And when we have that approach, nothing can stop us to succeed. Today, the companies who have sustained or survived these disruptions or we continue to do, I think they are much more successful than they have been in the past. So I will basically finish my talk here and basically and conclude the message that disruption is there, is a reality, but if we deal with in a right way, we can get the advantage and gain from it. Thank you very much. Thank you all of you for listening. If any questions are